Hi YouTube. So I wanted to do a video, obviously, which is what I'm doing. Um, I have been spending most of my day watching YouTube. Yay. Mostly the Bible Reloaded channel. Kind of been going like in order of like he's reading from the Bible and giving interpretations and all that stuff, making jokes, and it's obviously really funny. But in doing that, I kind of stumbled across something that kind of hit home to me because of the issue that we're having with immigration right now. Um, for people who live under a rock, um, the United States has had a rise in immigration from Central American countries, particularly children, and it seems like conservatives are completely outraged. I've heard some people referring to it as an invasion, um, picketing, telling them to go back to their country. These people who are so pro-life and so, basically just, conservatives. They're very passionate about pro-life, but they're not really interested in making the lives of people better. So they're very upset with these children that are trying to get away from dangerous situations, poverty, gang violence, but for some reason it's looked down upon because, they're not Americans. So, while going through the Bible Reloaded, I kind of was going through my own Bible that I used to use when I actually believed. And I found a very interesting passage. It's in Leviticus 19, chapter 19, verse 33. When an alien resides with you in your land, you shall not oppress the alien. The alien who resides with you shall be to you as a citizen amongst you. You shall love the alien as you would yourself, for you were aliens of the land of Egypt. This isn't Egypt, but you know what I mean. So it's like these people use these conservatives are so about this book, and yet they're not even taking from it what is in it. It drives me kind of nuts. Part of me wants to post on Facebook when I see like a family member who is extremely evangelical Christians talking about these illegal immigrants that are invading the country. These small children who are starving and trying to escape violence, God forbid. I really want to cite this passage because I found it really interesting that these people will just, it almost seems like they haven't read it themselves. Like, the reason I actually stopped believing was because I started reading this, and it just became so ridiculous. Like, I used to go to church, and the church I went to started bashing gay people. Then the people in the audience got really passionate about it, and they're like, yeah, traditional marriage. So I'm like, I'm out. So I went to a more liberal church that was very accepting of gay people, very green, very into the environment. I was like, cool. But I still couldn't wrap my head around pretty much anything they were saying. So, thank God for YouTube. Thank God. Because I realized I don't have to try to make myself believe. If I don't believe in something, I believe in evolution, I believe in science, I believe in all of that. So why am I going to try to make myself believe in the story? Before I used to say, oh, the Bible's full of good stories, good morals. And then I actually started to read it, and I realized that was wrong. It's not full of good people, good stories, good morals. It's God, in just the first few chapters, it talks about incest, a lot of incest, rape, polygamy, rape with slaves, prostitution. It's just like, how is this positive moral value? You know what I mean? And people can argue all they want, but I never took this literally. I always thought it was just good moral values, but I can't even find the good in that anymore. And so it's like, I've always had doubts that what if Jesus wasn't the Son of God? What if there is no God? What if it's the wrong God to what I've been praying to? What if there is no heaven? And even just the thought of eternity, even if it was in this like heaven paradise, scared the living shit out of me. Even as a child, like the thought of like 100 years is scary. The thought of 1,000 years, okay, 10,000 years. I can't even imagine what 1,000,000,000,000 years would be like. Honestly, if there is like a heaven versus nothing, I'll pick the nothing. Because I really don't believe that there's a hell. I really don't believe that there's a heaven, and I really hope there isn't. Because the thought of eternity just scares the living shit out of me. So it's just nice to be able to hear other people's side of it, because I've never been exposed to that. I grew up in a Catholic house, and then from that, started asking questions. Shit didn't make sense, so I became a Christian, which shit still didn't make sense, but I tried to believe in it anyways because the people around me were just so happy. It's like, I want some of that happiness, so I'll fake it until I actually believe it. You know, and I believed some of it. Just not, I couldn't get on board like the rest of them. So it's just really nice to be able to hear other people and what they think, and, you know, get the science aspect and get all of that. It's just, honestly, there's something very comforting about a lack of believing in the afterlife. Because I remember being so depressed at one point that it's like, okay, I'm just gonna kill myself and I'll be in heaven. But now, it's like, okay, if I kill myself, there's nothing. But if I stay here, things can get better, and I can make things better for other people. And, you know, there were even times where I wonder if Christians really want to make the world a better place, because they probably figure that the world's going to end anyways. What's the point of living your life like that? You're living your life for the next life, and you're not taking care of your planet because you figure it's not going to be there. I mean, that's a terrible way to live. If you have to have God to be a good person, you're probably not a good person. If you need well, you know, if I can't even say if you need a book to say not to kill and rape people, because this book is full of killing and raping. So, you know, there's obviously no issue with that. So it's like, I just, people know right and wrong. And it's not because of God. It's because we have had to survive in the wild, and we had to work together, and we figure, if we're gonna hurt this person, they might hurt me back, and I don't want them to hurt me, so I'm not gonna hurt them. You know, it's an evolutionary thing. It's not a little voice in our head saying not to do things. Like, people know not to do things. So, yeah. This video went a little longer than I thought it would be, but I'm okay with that. Thank you for bearing with me. If you like this video, please like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out my Tumblr and my Twitter, which is in the description. And hopefully this was actually a pretty legit video, because I know I'm still new to this, and not quite up there with the pros or anything, not even close, but, you know, I just wanted to make a video and get my opinion out there. So hope you guys liked it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.